Welcome back to the Note Card Art School. I'm Mark. The Note Card Art School teaches you how to make art on the 4x6" note card. So these lessons, let's call them lectures or something, lessons. These are on the topic. Each one has a different topic, and we're going to cover a few topics. Let's say 500, just as a ballpark. Each one's about 7 minutes long. The topic of today is fear. So fear is a common topic in art. I mean, it's one of those things that it's always there and seldom discussed. Or I don't know. I've never been to real art school. Maybe they talk about it all the time. They should. So there are 100 fears and that affect the artist. And we're going to list off a few of them while we make art today. So the first fear, I think, is the fear that you've got nothing, you've got no ideas. I think that's a common fear. I get that. And there's two things I can say about that. One is, if you draw yourself a box like this, this box, you don't have to think of what to put in this box. This box right here wants to be filled. This box is demanding to be filled. You don't necessarily have to dream up anything in particular to put in this box. This box has a mind of its own. He wants to be filled. So start by doing something. Don't do nothing. Nothing's not going to get you anywhere. Start by doing something. And the first something to do is draw a box, of course. And the next thing is start to fill your box with shapes. Okay, so that's the first fear. The fear that you don't have anything in your mind to draw or something like that. The next fear people have, I think artists have, and I have this for sure, is the fear that no one's going to like your stuff. Well, and so let me tell you about that one. So here's how that goes. You're right. No one might like your stuff, and you might make a bunch of it and never sell one of them. And then after you die, your kid or someone might sell a whole bunch of them. You just never know. Like, that's what happened to that famous guy. You know, French guy or whatever. It'll come to me in a minute. Alright. So yeah, that's a fear. Nobody likes my stuff. But let me tell you about that. So here are your choices there. Your choices are, well, you could start making something that people like. And I'll tell you how to look that up. Go on Etsy and look up drawing, Etsy.com, and look up drawing or something, drawing, yeah. And you'll see what people like, because a lot of people on there are drawing the same kind of stuff, you know, like pictures of shells and stuff, whatever. And I think the reason there's a lot of repetition on there is because that's what sells, you know. People have figured out what sells, and that's what they're making. So you could always do that. You could always say, well, I'm afraid to make things people don't want, so I'm going to make things they do want. And then, I mean, that's your other choice. Personally, I prefer, let's say, to make things that I think that sort of ring my bell, so to speak. And I don't worry too much about other people. which I don't know, may be a mistake. I might never sew one. Right now my stuff's on Etsy. Not that that's the perfect venue to sell things, but it's on Etsy for like $5 no shipping, and I can't seem to sell one except to friends. So maybe I'm not the right guy to talk about the topic. But so that's a fear. People won't like me. But your choices are make things people do like, or make things people don't know they like yet, and then see what happens, if that makes any sense. Okay. The next fear is that you're no good. But I'll tell you what, for me, making these things, in my case, making the art that I make, which is note cards, drawings on note cards. For me, making these is not really so much a choice as it is an obsession. So like, I might be making these things even if no one was buying them. In fact, I used to, in school, in class and stuff, I used to draw hundreds of these things, and no one ever bought one of them. They were in the margins of my notes. I wasn't the best student ever. So I'm making them whether anyone's taking them or not. In fact, kind of the reason I'm selling them is to get them, off my hands. I got piles of them. They're piling up everywhere. So those are some big fears. I don't know. There's probably more. I could do a whole nother episode. I'm gonna have to do fear number 2. Where's that card? I'm gonna have to do fear 2. More fears about what are you afraid of? Because I'll tell you what, the only thing that keeps you from making the next thing is being afraid. Ooh, that's heavy. Think about that. All right, well, it's been great having you along. Our 7 minutes are up. This is the Note Card Art School. I am Mark. You can find us at notecardartschool@gmail.com. You can find the videos by searching Note Card Art School on YouTube. And something else. Oh, you can buy our cards. Like I said, they're really cheap because no one seems to want them. They're on sale at Etsy. And we're having a show in June of 2013. That's our first show, so we'll see how that one pans out. All right, great to have you along. See you next time. Bye.